Everything comes to an end, even our planet. The world as we know it is constantly threatened by dangers both internal and external. Today, we will see 4 possible apocalyptic endings that are, fortunately, too far away to worry about. But before going any further, it must be made clear that the data below are theories and hypotheses which are largely supported by seers. Year 2968. In 2968, the world will be destroyed by a meteorite more than a kilometer in diameter. Or at least this is what several scientists who analyzed the asteroid 1950 DA say. It is a rocky body that travels at an incredible speed of 59,000 kilometers per hour. According to calculations, the asteroid would impact the Earth in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean with a force of 44,800 megatons of dynamite, generating such a devastating explosion that life on the planet would end completely, at least as we know it. Despite this, scientists still have hope. They say that with the technological advances of nearly a millennium, by the date of impact, we will have invented a method that diverts the meteorite from its natural course, diverting it from the planet. But if not, what awaits the human race is disturbing. Year 3797. Michel Nostradamus was a seer who, among many other important events, predicted the end of the world. According to Echeverry Urobru's interpretation of the prophecy, around the year 3797, there will be a great religious war that will end all of Europe and the Middle East, and even spread to the rest of the world. Specifically, it is said that there will be a great Muslim warrior who will lead an Islamic invasion, which, after ending with Istanbul, will declare war in France, destroying it completely. Then he will plunder all the coasts of Europe, especially the Italian ones. The Pope will be forced to leave the Vatican in order to save himself, due to the hard years of incessant battle throughout Europe. The prophecy itself is narrated in a way that fits the whole atmosphere of the time Nostradamus lived, between 1503 and 1566. March 21st, 4006. The Da Vinci Code exists, only it's different from Dan Brown's bestseller. That's what famous researcher Sabrina Sforza-Galizia says. This woman discovered a coded message in Leonardo da Vinci's Last Supper painting. The code, deciphered by complex mathematics and astrology, indicates that Da Vinci came to the conclusion that on March 21st, 4006, a second universal flood would fall, and that the last human would drown on November 1st of the same year, finally ending the species. Sabrina Sforza found the code in the central part, in the window just above Jesus. The researcher asserts that it is more normal than believed to find encrypted messages in Da Vinci's works, due to how dangerous it was to express ideas at that time. But this particular message is by far the most alarming. Everyone has heard of Leonardo da Vinci's genius and intelligence, and the fact that he discovered the end of the world gives him a lot of credibility. Year 5079. Baby Yaga is one of the most important and famous seers of our era. She is a Bulgarian woman who was born in 1911 and died in 1996. When she was barely 12 years old, a tornado in her village reached her and lifted her from the ground, throwing her 400 meters away. During the fall, so much sand entered her eyes that soon after, she had completely lost her vision. It was then, according to her, that dark beings began to appear, whispering coming events to her. In fact, she prophesied the fall of the Twin Towers and the dissolution of the Soviet Union, among many other things. But what concerns us today is that she also prophesied the end of the world. She placed it in the year 5079, where supposedly the human race would cross the limits of the universe, which would lead to its destruction. The most terrible thing about everything is that Baby Yaga, in one way or another, has always been right. The end of the world will come, one way or another. That's a fact. Maybe not because of a meteorite, maybe not because of a war, maybe not even because of a global flood, but it will come. However, it makes no sense to worry too much about something that will happen at least a millennium in the future. But if you are interested in the subject, you can go to a video where we mention the closest dates for a possible end of the world.